It's a good day to have a good day. Hello, everybody. My name's TC Ray. Thanks for joining me here at Break the Dish, where we break the news and dish out the tea. Hello, breakers. How are you today? How's your week been going? We're getting ready to recap The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Season 15, Episode 4. I can't believe we're on 4 already. This was a pretty good episode. I mean, I feel like we're getting like little crumbles, you know what I mean? Like here and there to lay the groundwork of what's to come, right? You know what I mean? But before we get into it, you know what to do. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, because here we break the dish. We are recapping The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Season 15, Episode 4. And this episode opened up with Bose teaching her daughter Layla how to drive. Let me tell you, any parent who has or is getting ready to teach their children how to drive, I mean, I feel for you. I mean, actually, Bose said it the best. She said to Layla, I know when you're driving well, when I can fall asleep in the car. You know what I mean? And then I started thinking about it, and I was like, there's a few of my children I still wouldn't fall asleep while they're driving. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm pretty much in permanent, like, crash position sometimes when they're driving. Then, we see Erika in her home. She's doing laundry, and she's like, I hate this part of my life." Really? Welcome to the real world, Erika. We all hate doing laundry. Just thought I'd put that out there. Then the next scene is Jennifer Tilly and Sutton. Is it me, or is something going on between these two? I mean, either something happened off camera, again, that we're not privy to, or you know how, like, you have two friends just like these two, they've been friends for years, and one friend might turn around and say, "Oh, I'm gonna stop drinking, I'm gonna exercise, I'm gonna better myself," and they're constantly talking about it, and the other friend is like, "Yeah, yeah, 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 whatever." It could be something like that, but, oh boy, I mean, we are talking serious. So these two are having lunch, and, Sutton is, talking that actually about how she has, she didn't stop drinking completely, but, she has a glass of wine here or there, but that's about it. And it's pretty much a lifestyle choice that she's decided to do. She wants to book a private jet, and invite all the ladies to go to Sedona, which is in Arizona. It's known to be a very spiritual place. And she wants the women to see how she's been working on herself. Um, it's kind of funny too, because Jennifer Tilly was like, I lost my drinking companion. But she wants the ladies to see that she has done some changes the last few months. And I can imagine so. I mean, I don't think Sutton still quite understood why Garcelle left the way she did. Uh, and Garcelle was her best friend. She had to let Avi go. So there has been a lot of changes in her life. Um, and she's also telling Jennifer that, her and Dorit are, they're at a level right now that they're just being cordial with each other. So she feels as though maybe this time in Sedona, they could take maybe one step forward more with each other and start to build a friendship. And Jennifer was like, I don't think you should push it. I don't think you're ready for that. And I mean, right away, Sutton was like, don't mock me. Mm-hmm. I mean, serious. Don't mock me. Yikes. And Jennifer did explain it too, where she was like, you know how you have those sparklers that like go in a circle and they're all pretty and everything, but some of the sparks, when they fly out, they sometimes like catch you and burn you a little bit. That's kind of like Sutton. Like she doesn't mean to hurt you, but she does it, but doesn't mean to. Okay. But something's definitely brewing there. Just saying. Um, then the next scene is at Dorit's house, and Kyle is coming over for a visit. Oh, I am so over Kyle. I mean, I'm really over Kyle at this point. I really am. So she goes into Dorit's home, and the first thing she says is, "Where are the kids?" Dorit's like, "They're in Florida." "Oh, did PK say it was okay for them to go?" Dorit's looking at her like she's got two heads, by the way. She's like, "No, I promised them they could go to Florida, so I just sent them off." "So, did PK, like, try to stop you or anything?" "No, he never said a word." Ugh, she's really bugging me. I'm just saying. So, they sit down and they're talking about the whole situation with Dorit and PK. And Dorit is like, "Did you have a chance to talk to Mo?" Kyle's like, "Oh, no, I didn't have a chance to talk to him." You are a liar, liar, pants on fire. You are no girl's girl. Let's make sure we're clear about that. I mean, she looked Dorit right in the face and totally lied to her. Yeah, she spoke to Mo in the episode before this, and she was saying, like, Dorit's a little upset about PK, and Mo was like, "Well, I don't think Dorit's living in reality." The one that's not in reality here is your estranged wife, Mo. You know, her name's Kyle. Yeah, that one. Um, so they basically leave it as, well, maybe the best thing to do here is for Dorit to speak to Mo directly and see if Mo can make some sort of headway with PK because, Dorit's just at her wit's end. Now listen, we all know that Dorit can be long-winded, a little bit on the dramatic side, I get it, but she still is going through a divorce with two small children. Um, she has no family in California, her parents live in Florida, and I do think she's having a difficult time, and this is probably when she, quote unquote, needs her friend, but her friend is too busy sticking up for PK. Like, she bold-faced lied to Dorit. "No, I never spoke to Mo." Liar. Um, then we see a scene with Rachel, and she is talking about, being a boy's mom, and she always saw herself as a girl's mom, but she wound up having two boys, and she's picking up her son. I think his name's Caius. These two boys are gorgeous. I mean, they are beautiful. And I couldn't help but laugh when she picked him up and they're in the car and he turns around to his mother and he's like, Mom, I'm moisturized. Like, just so cute. I just wanted to go through the screen and hug him. You know what I mean? Um, but, that's another person that is going through a major life change. Listen, I love Rachel. I really do. I loved her on Bravo before. I still love her. I love her style. I love everything about her. But she did come onto the scene a little bit bitter. And look what she's going through. I mean, events in your life change you. You know what I mean? And she's going through this major divorce at the moment, and it does change you. And, the only thing she can think about is work, because she works a lot, and her children and making sure they're okay. And as long as she said her boys are okay, she's okay. I want to tell you about this website called Morning Save. I am obsessed with this website. Their motto is big savings, top brands, new daily. Seriously, that's their motto. Big savings, top brands, new daily. That is exactly what it is. I've been a member with them for about 2 years now. I love them. Matter of fact, this is how I do on my Christmas shopping. I'm not kidding. You can get stuff 70% off, 80% off, sometimes 90% off. I'm not joking. From jewelry to luxury handbags to vacuum cleaners. I mean, you name it, this site has it. And we are talking cheap. I'm not joking. And so now I'm going to share it with all of you, my breakers. So make sure that you look down in the description and I have the link of how to get to Morning Save. Make sure you do this. I'm not joking. You will save so much money. It doesn't hurt to look, right? So go to the link, click on it, and I guarantee you when you see this, you're going to be like, Cece, why didn't you tell us sooner? I mean, it is a hidden secret, and now I'm sharing it with all of you, my breakers. Morning Save. Check it out in the link down below. So now we're at Kathy's house, and she's having like a little like summer dinner for the ladies. It's Sutton, Jennifer Tilly, Amanda, and you know, we kind of found out a little tidbit about Kathy that, well, at least I didn't know. So Kathy is explaining how she used to work at the Waldorf in New York, and she was a waitress there, and she used to set up for these huge parties, you know. And that's actually where she met Rick. He was a bartender. I was kind of surprised about that, you know? Um, but so they're all talking and you know, Kathy's like, when somebody talks a lot, she kind of like zones them out. Yeah, that's exactly what was going on with Amanda. And Sutton uh kind of made an observation about Amanda. She is the type of person, according to Sutton, who has to one up you. So like, say I have a navy blue jacket. Amanda would say, oh, well, I have 10 navy blue jackets. And I could see what she's talking about. Like, seriously. Um, and matter of fact, the producer during her confessional asked her, like, do you ever feel a little uncomfortable around some of the ladies? Well, I can see why Amanda's rubbing some of these ladies the wrong way because she turns around and she says, I feel like I belong in any room I want to be in. Mm-hmm. Yep. She's definitely rubbing these ladies the wrong way. And I think it was Jennifer, who asked Amanda, what was her first impressions of some of the ladies, like, say, for instance, Dorit. She's like, well, the first time I met her, she was just like an emotional basket case, like completely in distress. She's like, but then I went out to lunch with her and, I felt a little bit better. But, she came away from that lunch like totally hating PK, like he's totally a douche, right? But then she spoke to Kyle, the girl's girl. And Kyle decides to tell Amanda that, well, PK had a lot of issues with Dorit last year because she was basically telling everybody their business. Kind of call him an alcoholic too, but basically what the gist I got from it is that Kyle was basically saying to Amanda, like, well, don't believe everything Dorit says, you know, because that's your girl's girl. That's Kyle for you. Totally good friend. You know what I mean? And then Jennifer asked, well, what about Erika? Well, did you have any impression of Erika? And Amanda's like, well, at your party, she said, I ordered a mocktail. And right away, Erika was like, oh, that's boring. Like, if you're not, you need to drink alcohol. Don't be so boring. And she said, but, I turned that around at the end um, and I really, basically got her, you know. And Jennifer Tilly made a really good analogy about that situation with Erica. She's like, it's like you order a spicy margarita, you know. You want a little bit of spice, like just enough to have a little bit of flavor. That's kind of like Erica being pleasant, saying hello. But you don't want the margarita to be the hottest margarita you've ever had. Yeah. And right away, Sutton turns around and she's like, don't ever think that you got one up on Erica. That's what she said to her. Now, Amanda took it completely differently than what I did. Amanda took it like, it sounds like Sutton and Erica have a problem. I have nothing to do with it. But I didn't take it that way. I took it as, look, like Sutton's trying to give you a heads up, girl. Like, she's been down that path with Erica, and it didn't really go very well for her. So she's trying to give you a heads up. Like, don't ever think that you're getting one over on Erica. Um, so then all the ladies board the private jet, they're going to Sedona. Oh my gosh. When they land in that airport in Sedona, was that not beautiful? Hi, postcard ready. Gorgeous. I mean, the colors in that mountain, just beautiful. So they're staying in this hotel that apparently it used to house like 150 mine workers, but now it's a luxury hotel and you have the main building and then you have other buildings like villas that you can stay at, like Kathy's staying at the geologist place, I guess where the geologists used to live. And so now they've turned that into a villa. So all the ladies are, getting ready. And poor Rachel, for some reason, she had it in her head to Federal Express her clothes down instead of carrying a suitcase like a normal person. And she didn't realize that they were going to be like in the middle of nowhere. So now she has no clothes. But they all go to like lunch and they're all sitting there and there's these crystals out on the table. And I guess they're for sale. And Kyle was like, oh my gosh, like this is the best. Like, we can shop and eat at the same time. And right away, Amanda was like, yeah, I paid $10,000 in one sitting for crystals. That's almost like the chick that was like my sunglasses, 25,000. That didn't go well for her either. Just saying. And, you really see where those crumbs I was talking about, how they're, like, laying the crumbs for, the groundwork of where this is heading. Yeah, Amanda's not going off too well. Um, and Jennifer Tilly, I mean, she is right about this. She was talking about the crystals, and she was like, crystals are meant to be, used spiritually, give you energy, get good vibes off of them. You're not actually supposed to be spending like $10,000 on them and boasting about it. Right. Uh, so that was kind of interesting. And then Bose turned was it Bose or Jennifer? I think it was Jennifer, who turned around and said to Erika, "So who is this man that we saw you photographed with?" And Erika's like, "His name's John. He was in special operations." And she met him in London. It's all new, even though I think they're still together. But she said, it's all new. And, uh, you know, they nicknamed him Shrek, like in the military. That was his nickname was Shrek. He didn't look like a Shrek. Let's just put it that way. I mean, he looks like a good looking guy. And so she's like, yeah, and she's being all cutesy about it. And I think it's really sweet. I do think it's really sweet. However, I'm bringing this up so I can tell you guys something. What I don't get is that, uh, and I might not be able to because I can't see what I'm doing. There we go. But what I don't get is that, okay, she's starting this new relationship. Meanwhile, her husband just got convicted, is going off to prison, lost his mind, Hello? Again, nobody's talking about what's going on with Erika Jayne, Erika Girardi, whatever she's going by right now. I know she's DJing now. Um, she's got a crap load of lawsuits, like seriously. So she's starting this new relationship with this guy named John. He was considered like the sheriff of Baghdad, like, a bad boy, in the military, not really bad. And yet nobody's talking about all her legal issues. They're acting as though, okay, that part of her life is done. Moving on, you know? There's no moving on. Um, so I'm gonna remind you of a little bit. So she has a $25 million bankruptcy. That's my dog. Um, this is the trustee lawsuit. Uh, and this is with Girardi Keys, allegedly that they spent $25 million on Erika's company, EJ Global, for glam, travel, all of her lifestyle expenses. The trustee argues Erika must repay the money because it was allegedly paid using stolen client funds. Now, a recent update to that is that the settlement talks collapsed. Remember they were trying to go into settlement? Yeah, that went nowhere. And the trustee filed motions to eliminate Erika's remaining defenses. So they're going to trial February 10th. Then she has an $18 million lawsuit. This has to deal with the American Express thing. This is from Christopher Saya. I know I'm not pronouncing that right. I'm pretty much butchering that. But he was the costume designer. And what he's claiming is that Erika allegedly conspired with American Express and the Secret Service to have him falsely charged with credit card fraud. And he says that this was done to retaliate after a dispute over charges, and he's seeking $18 million in damages. Now, I didn't quite understand what that whole thing was, But I'm telling you, if you go to Hulu and you watch that documentary one about her and Tom, it's in there and it explains it. And it's a little shocking. Um, then, if that's not enough, there's an additional embezzlement related allegations. Now, this is crazy. This is separate from the federal lawsuit. A longtime friend and attorney of Erika's is accused of stealing millions, you heard me, in COVID-19 relief funds to support Erika's legal defense and lifestyle. Now, she is not primary defendant in this, but she is named as a connection within it. Um, then, there's ongoing legal exposure just in general from the Girardi Keys bankruptcy. You know, um, there's a lot going on. I mean, if 25 million, that's nothing to shake about. If that's not enough, she's got $18 million lawsuit. Like, there's a lot of lawsuits going on here. And nobody is talking about it. Why isn't anybody talking about it? Why is the cast acting as though, okay, that part of her life is done. Now she's got a new man, she's got a new career, she's a DJ now, and she's moving on with life. No, no, she's still dealing with all this. Why aren't they talking about it? Just saying. Um, but that was the end of this episode. I know I kind of ended it with a big pow, right? But what did you think? I mean, like I said, it wasn't like some, shocking episode. It's slowly starting to, lay the groundwork for what's to come. There is definitely something going on between uh Jennifer Tilly and Sutton. I mean, hello. And I can't even take Kyle anymore. Like, seriously. I cannot take Kyle anymore. She's two-faced. She's a liar. I mean, she literally lied straight to Dorit's face. All Dorit wants to do is know that she has a friend in her corner, and instead she's backstabbing her. And then here I'm, happy to hear that Erika has a new man in her life. But why aren't we talking about everything else going on? It's driving me a little crazy. Can you tell? But what do you think? What do you think? Like, seriously, what do you think about Kyle? What do you think that they're not talking about all of Erika's legal issues still circling the drain pipe here? I love to have a conversation with you because, hey, your opinion might be different than mine. That's what makes the world go round. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you leave your opinion in the comments below. And before you do, you know what I'm going to ask you to do. So just do it. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, because here we break the dish.